Hey guys, the Disowned Shadow here. If you've been around my channel for a little bit, you'd know that I like Payday 2. In fact, I've streamed it quite a bit. But if you've been around my channel even longer, you'd know that I like TF2. So that begs the question, to me at least, what would the TF2 Mercs stock loadouts look like in Payday 2? Now this video is just going to cover Scout because it's a lot of work to even get one of these fuckers set up, so let's hop in. We're going to go from primary to melee for all of them. So, with that, we start with Scout's stock scattergun. Now, his stock scattergun, the best match I could find for it was the Breaker 12G. It's a shotgun, obviously, and it does actually fit into the primary slot, which I was kind of shocked to find out. As far as Payday goes, you unlock it at level 3, and it costs $76,000. And his firing mode is actually a lever action, just like the scattergun. Now, unlike the scattergun, it actually doesn't have two barrels, but that's because TF2 has wacky cartoon logic. Now, its stats are pretty middle of the road, as you would guess, by it being unlocked at level 3. It's got a magazine size of 7, with a total ammo capacity of 28, a fire rate of 80, a damage of 155, an accuracy of 48, stability of 28, a concealment of 20, and a threat of 28. Those are pretty average stats, but for the heist you're going to be doing at level 3, actually would probably put it on quite a bit of the higher end. I mean, it's a shotgun, so obviously it's going to be kind of busted. Now, specifically, I'd like to note the fact that this shotgun, if you want to make it look, in my opinion, even more like Scout's stock scattergun, you're going to want to put no attachments or the short barrel, depending on what you think. And also, I think it looks more like the scattergun if you put the Bonnie skin on it. It decreases the accuracy by 4, but I think it just looks better. And we all know I believe in fashion over function. That brings us to Scout's pistol, the stock pistol in Team Fortress 2. Now, for this one, there's a couple options. I believe Payday 2 might actually have a Makarov, which is what the stock pistol in Team Fortress 2 is based off of, but I think style-wise, with the chunky chunky style, I went for the Shimano Compact. It's a pistol unlocked at level 27. It goes in your secondary slot. Obviously, it's a pistol, and it's a semi-automatic, costing $605,000. For stats, it's got a magazine size of 10, a total ammo of 150, a rate of fire at 545, a damage of 53, an accuracy of 52, a stability of 60, and a concealment of 30, and a threat level of 4. For 27, as the level you unlock it at, it's not the worst thing in the world, but there's a lot better. I mean, a lot better. It could be worse, but it could also be better. Now, sadly, you can't give it a wooden grip like it has in Team Fortress 2, which does knock it down a little bit of points in style. But I think, for the most part, it's a pretty good recreation. Which also leaves us with his stock melee, the baseball bat. Now, sadly, the baseball bat cannot be made metal in Payday 2, which really sucks. But it's actually got some pretty good stats. It's unlocked at level 18, goes in your melee slot, as you would assume, and interesting enough, is actually considered an axe/sharp weapon, which is kind of weird. Now, melees, if you haven't played Payday 2, melees have charge times, and it increases the knockdown and damage depending on how long it's charged for. So, for example, if you've charged it for no seconds, meaning you just tap the melee button, it will do 30 damage and 150 knockdown. At 0.75 seconds, it jumps up 15 damage and 30 knockdown. And it goes on like that at 1.5 seconds, 2.25 seconds, and 3 seconds. It's got a range of 2.5 meters, which is not the greatest. It's kind of mid actually, and a concealment of 27. I'd say, all in all, his stock isn't actually that bad. I mean, all things considered, they're unlocked at drastically different levels, meaning that once you get the Shimano Compact, which is the final gun you'd unlock in his stock, it's actually not gonna be the best thing for the level of heights you should be doing. But anyway, this video wasn't very long. Thank you guys so much for watching. I was, am, and always will be the Distant Shadow. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.